So we're going to be doing some elevation gain for the next few days, profiting from spring to try and get some meters climbing. And this is the mountain we're going to be climbing.
UTMB is 10,000 meters of elevation gain. That's higher than Mount Everest. It's critical to get that sort of training in. After most of the winter running on the flat, spring has finally arrived and melted most of the snow. But today is going to be a very muddy run.
Beautiful view of Geneva over there, with the jet d'eau, the fountain, symbol of Geneva.
During these sessions, I try and do a little under 2 hours and have a snack before starting and consume more calories an hour into it. This course I selected enables me to get near 900 meters of elevation gain, which is not bad. It's pretty steep and therefore also gets the heart going. A great way to prepare the first race of the season that will be in the Jura in a couple of weeks' time.
Now in the clouds, pretty spooky. I think we've arrived at the top, the observatory. Not very nice the weather. Alright, starting the descent, but it's pretty slippery, so it's gonna have to be careful here.
So my plan is to do a number of preparation races in addition to this sort of training. I'll be doing the Swiss Jura 50k trail with a little over 3,000 meters D+, the Geneva Echo Trail, which is 80 kilometers and 2,500 meters D+, the Lavaredo 50k with 2,500 meters D+, the Zermatt Ultramarathon with 46k and 2,500 meters D+, and finally the Verbier Saint-Bernard 75k with 5,000 meters D+. I'm now on a pretty perilous section of the trail. It's extremely slippery and any mistake could end the day very badly. The main goal in the training is not to injure oneself. I have to be very careful on this steep downhill.
That was tough. So wet and slippery. Not great.
On these runs, I extensively use my Garmin Enduro 2 for navigation. It's a great functionality to go on incredible adventures without the fear of getting lost, and with a battery life of 34 days without GPS and 120 hours with GPS, in addition to having solar recharging, it makes for the perfect watch, especially for UTMB.
So I guess we're in front of the big cliff, so gotta be careful here. nearing the end of this run. It's been a good one, but yeah, the weather conditions were certainly not the best to go on that route. Quite dangerous, but it feels good to have been able to climb up that mountain, which is behind me, into the clouds. So can't complain. New day, same conditions. Gonna do some climbing today. We'll see how it goes. Nice little climb over there.
One of the key to training is to try and avoid boredom. I'm privileged to be able to pick different courses in the mountains nearby. Today I'm climbing the same mountain, but from a different direction, which changes the scenery for me, yet gives me the training I need.
Salut, merci. Au revoir.
And as always on these adventures, we are often greeted by some incredible views. This is the single most important reason I do trail running and ultras, to go places you wouldn't be able to reach otherwise. Like this cave, which I didn't even know existed before I started doing adventures in this mountain.
Finally out of the clouds, yay, beautiful, super cool. So, well, given the surface I'm going to go on now, I've already done this route, it's pretty slippery, so I'm going to put the chains on, so as if I was in the snow. There we go, hopefully we won't slip as much.
The chains are the same I used during the race I did in Les Diablerets in March, a very useful piece of gear for slippery terrain. And today, I definitely need it given how muddy the mountain is. I definitely don't want to injure myself. I already had a hard time with the shin splint, which has finally gotten better after nearly a month and a half.
Check out the type of terrain today. Very, very slippery, my chains are saving me. The Lecky pole is good, but just broke off. Didn't last very long. It's a good pole, but doesn't seem to be very strong. So it's Saturday morning. My alarm didn't go off, so I'm running behind schedule, which is not great. But here we go, climbing my traditional favorite mountain now. So I'm going to be doing about 8-9 kilometers and about 850 meters of elevation. So here we go.
Yeah, I'm a dead man walking by day, wondering if there's medicine I can take.
This one is really, really steep, but at least the terrain is better than the last couple of days. So it's nice, but tough.
From dusk till dawn, I'm digging my way
Pretty steep there.
I can feel the ice run through my blood. Surges through my body all at once.
You can see the Alps now. Nice. One of the most beautiful views in Europe. It's a shame the clouds are there, but that's the Alps. The objective, somewhere hidden over there. Mont Blanc, UTMB. What you strive for, reaching the top. Same thing in life. Always strive for objectives, clear targets, and work hard. Beautiful view. Then you're really rewarded with some incredible experiences, be it trail running or life. Early morning, sun rising, the Alps over there, on my own, tranquility, far from all the noise, hustle and bustle of the daily life. Good moment to practice gratefulness. Okay, so we're arriving. It's pretty cold up here with the wind. Climbed about 820 meters, reaching the orientation table with a great view on the Alps. I'm reaching 160 beats per minute. Beautiful view of the Alps over there. Fantastic. That was tough. There it is. Somewhere over there, hidden behind the clouds. UTMB over there. Another few months to go. Training is going well. The shin is still aching a little bit, but far from the pain I've been having in the past, so it's getting there. All right, let's head back home now. Spend the time with the family. Let's hope they're not awake yet.
As I keep saying in my films, ultra running is a metaphor for life. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. And it's not about what position you finish in at the journey's conclusion. It's about the experiences along the way, how you grow in the process, becoming a better person, doing good around yourself. As the quote goes, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel.
There we go. Finished the climb. It was about 850 meters climb for about 8 kilometers run. So yeah, about an hour and a half. That was good stuff to wrap up the climbing for the past 3 days, and with the sun shining, so can't complain. So on we go with the UTMB journey.